Welcome to this Creative Instinct podcast production made for the Cambridgeshire Recovery Service, one of a series made by people navigating their recovery journey, driven by people who have been there and recognise the way.
I overdosed and attempted to take my life, and then ended up referred to CTL. 2016, I spent some time in the Cafell Centre, and that's when I got my diagnosis of EUPD, which is emotionally unstable personality disorder. And I hid behind substances all my life, pretty much, since about the age of 13. In school, drama, I had an hour a week in drama, and for that hour, it was so good being someone else. But then, obviously, I picked up to hide the fact who James was, but I didn't realise that until being in recovery that I'd hidden behind certain substances most of my life. I was always running from something, and most of it was my childhood. I was running from my childhood, and obviously then with substances I was whoever I wanted, and I always had a reason, if I was feeling shit, there was a reason for it. I could put, it's because I got on it, and that's why I'm feeling shit. Rather than now without substances, if I feel shit, it's normally because of my mental health or whatnot, but it's taken me a long time to realise that, to be fair. When I first got referred to CTL, I don't know, I didn't even think that I'd be here now, sort of thing, because I was still hiding behind substances, and then I was like, well, I don't have a problem with substances now because I'm not using every day. But then it turned out I was still using when things got too bad, sort of thing. So it then become more of a binge. I can't deal with life, so I'd binge on something. And then I had a massive relapse in July, August time, I think it was. And then I realised that in order for me to really do recovery, I need to cut out everything. So that was no alcohol, no cannabis, no coke, not abuse of my prescription meds, sort of thing. So then I come back into, I drifted away from free flow a bit, and I come back, and since then it's been, so I'm coming up to almost a year. I realised after my big woo-heart, substances weren't an option, because regardless of whatever I decided to pick up, all it was doing was masking the situation, and then I was crashing more, sort of thing, afterwards. So just deciding it was fuck it, I can't touch any substances. It's and after that, I don't know, it's been a bit, I don't know how to describe it, just realising that substances ain't the answer. It's going to sound a bit bad, but feelings don't kill you, but substances will. I've heard that so much, sort of thing, which is actually true. And there's been times when I've been triggered, and I've been in situations where in the past I would have gone off and used or got off my face or whatnot, but I just sit there and I may be in a dribbling mess on my living room floor, sort of thing. But what I was actually feeling was real, and it would pass, rather than if I just went off and escaped. The issue's still there the following day, and then I'm going back round and round and round. So I'm creating a shortcut every time I pick up, sort of thing. Rather than, so if you picture a field, rather than walking all the way round, I'm cutting across the middle every time I pick up. So it's after realising that and realising I have to take the long road. I don't react, and I communicate. I think being able to communicate and still learning how to articulate myself in a better way, but obviously if something's shit, it's shit. If I talk about it, constantly talking about something if it's shit will just drag me down, but it's I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit under the weather, and when I first got under the weather it was fucking hell, I'm under the weather without using, sort of thing. But now it's actually I've got a bunged up nose and a chest infection because I'm not using, rather than as a result of using. So I think a lot of it is my mind state what's changed as well, being more acceptance and learning each difficult situation I go in. Whereas if I would usually run off and use, getting through that situation without using cements the fact that I don't need to use in order to get through something, because all I do is hide if I use. And I've got to face it at some point. I knew my values and morals, I always thought I was respectful, but I'd give the respect to the wrong people. My mum would call me 30 times, I wouldn't answer the phone, but with dealer calls and I'm answering it straight away, sort of thing. So it's yeah, I think, yeah, it was scary as well. But at the same time, it's kind of refreshing. It really is refreshing because, like, I don't need to hide anymore because, fuck it, I am who I am. And I'm a better person without substances. And I don't need substances to engage with people or speak to people. I can do it naturally, sort of thing, which is probably the biggest thing. I've done a lot of graffiti, so obviously, unless you're in that circle, you didn't know who painted that, if that made sense. It was not anonymous. And if I didn't do graffiti and I was trying to express myself, the paintings were quite dark, and they weren't signed or anything, or I didn't put my name to it. Just post a picture up and that'd be it. Now I'm letting my artwork out there, whether it's walking around with a hat that's got my graffiti on it, whether it's like tattoos with my, working with other people who do art and actually having work hanged up in like CGL or whatnot, and actually put my name to it and being like, I've fucking done that, rather than hiding behind it. And yeah, I think obviously my artwork's grown as I've grown as well. Because I hid behind my artwork as well. Whereas now I don't mind showing it off or being like, look what I painted, look what I'm working on, you know what I mean? Because it is a form of my expression as well. And I am putting it out there, and I'm putting myself out there, and I'm not afraid. Sometimes it's a little bit, but whereas before, like, I wouldn't even attempted it. Now I'm just like, yeah, fuck it, let's see, you know what I mean? And I come up with ideas and stuff, which, because if you think what I was painting back in January 2022, it was very dark. It was all night skies, like moons, like real bare trees, like words written across it, like, I've got things for one love, one passion, but my artwork back then was no love, no passion. It would be like squirted all over it, so it was really drippy and really horrible. Now, when you look at my artwork, I'm signing it one love, one passion, which is always a good sign. The colours I'm using, it's more bright, it's vibrant. Even the piece what I'm working on now, which is my tag, and it starts off all battered at the beginning. It's got the I don't know what that's called, like the life thing, starting off with a flat line, and as you go along the piece, the letters form and they become whole again. And as what's it called, the lifeline, like literally comes back to life, which really shows where I've been going through the last year or so, like from being a broken person to being really back to life, so to speak. Like, as I'm becoming more out there with my stuff, I'm wanting to do more with other people and work with other people, or like, and get projects on the go, sort of thing, and like just try, like, even inspire other people through art and get other people looking at art as a form of an expression. And like, as long as you have fun with it, that's all what fucking counts, sort of thing.
Your story can help others, and we'd love to hear it. Wherever you've been, wherever you are, how you got there, whatever, it's up to you.